Are you tired of having small shoulders and arms? Or what about a weak and small upper body? But now with modern science and old school lifting, you don't have to. Now introducing the overhead press, one of the old school upper body lifts. The weak strong guys went from small little french fries to big strong potatoes with the overhead press. Now, let's get to how the movement is done. First, let's talk about bar placement and hand placement, for this is the first step when performing the overhead press. Make sure the bar isn't too low or too high. Placing the barbell right underneath the clavicle, just on top of the upper chest, is usually perfect for most individuals. Now your hand placement shouldn't be too wide, nor should it be too close. Slightly outside of shoulder width or at shoulder width is usually perfect for most individuals. Old school weightlifters had a shoulder width grip and were able to press hundreds of pounds overhead with this grip. Retracting, then depressing the scapula, then sticking your arm straight out to the sides is usually perfect for finding that perfect grip. Now before we begin the press, let's talk about staying tight and stabilizing for the press itself. Now determining your stance for the overhead press is crucial for creating a stable and firm platform to press from. Now you don't want your feet too close together or too far apart. A shoulder width stance is just right. Before beginning the press, squeezing your glutes as hard as you can is crucial to keeping your lower back tight and your abs firm. Now that's a stable foundation. Another key to the overhead press is to hinge at the hips. This is going to allow you to use hip drive, not to be confused with leg drive, but hip drive to initiate the beginning of the press. Now do not mistake hip drive with curving the lower back. This is only going to create back pain, and remember to keep your core nice and tight, or this can happen to you. So now that we talked about bar and hand placement and also setting up for the press, now we can start talking about performing the press. When overhead pressing, you want to press with your elbows down and in front of you. This is going to ensure that you press with a straight bar path. Also, when you overhead press, as soon as the bar passes your eye level, you want to push your head through in order to make the lockout easier. Some common mistakes when overhead pressing is keeping your elbows too far back. This is going to make you press the bar in front of you rather than overhead. And another mistake is leaning back. This is going to make your lockout a lot more difficult. So remember to keep those elbows down and front and to press straight up. Some common mistakes when overhead pressing is using leg drive to pop the bar up, failing to lock out the rep, and ending each repetition too soon. Now let's go over the 3 keys to overhead pressing. Step 1, find your correct bar and hand placement. Step 2, stay tight. And step 3, press with a straight bar path. Now that you know how to overhead press, you can use this movement to build strength, build muscle, and even use it for high reps to build conditioning. So if you're tired being weak and tired being small, go ahead, grab yourself a barbell, and start pressing overhead. This is Ben from the Weak Strong Guys. Stay weak, and I'll catch you guys later.
It's free real estate.